Hello, everyone, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Act Soulfully. I'm Dr. Nasiah Cirincione Ulezi, and I am the Transformation Coach. Today, I have a very heartfelt and very powerful message to share. And the message was born out of a note sent to me from a friend. And the note was just a message around letting go. And I want to thank and acknowledge the friend that sent that to me because it nudged me into some deep reflection and meditation around what it means for me to let go and how letting go can potentially serve me. Certainly not an easy lesson, but through my meditation, some things came to me, and I want to share that with you all. So, what if I told you that everything you've been holding on to, every plan, every expectation, every need you have to control has been shaping your reality in ways you may not even realize? And what if I told you that in the very acts of surrender and release, you could create a whole new space of possibility? So that's what I want to share with you. Surrender and release as an access to a new possibility. And again, it was born out of the beautiful message I was sent today by my friend on letting go. So let's just take a moment to define what I mean by surrender and release. Surrender is the conscious decision to stop fighting against the current of life. It's the act of letting go of the need to control every outcome. And I really want that to land. And as I'm speaking these words, please know I'm talking to myself. The need to control every outcome is me. And instead of doing that, trusting in the natural flow of events. Surrender. Surrender is about accepting what is without resistance and embracing the present moment fully. Release is the process of letting go of what no longer serves you, whether it's a belief, an expectation, or even an emotion. Release can create space within you, and that space will allow for new possibilities and growth to emerge. Surrender and release. These aren't just concepts, they are ways of being that can transform your life. Now, when I say surrender, please know that I'm not talking about giving up or resigning your life to what is. I'm talking about stepping into a new realm of trust and ownership. Trusting in the flow of life, trusting that there's a bigger picture, trusting that there's a larger context that you may not always see, but that you can align yourself with. And release. Release is the act of letting go of what no longer serves you and making room for something greater. Now, here's where it gets really powerful. Surrender and release are about being at cause in your life and not at effect. Remember that conversation? Think about it. How much energy do we spend trying to control every aspect of our lives? Think about how how we hold on tight to our beliefs, our expectations, even our identities. But what if in the very act of holding on, we're actually putting ourselves at effect? What if the real power lies in the freedom of the surrender and the liberation that comes with release? And letting go of the need to have it all figured out, you can open up space where you are at cause, where you actively create your reality. And this is where I want to be very clear. This is not about weakness. It truly is about standing in your power in a way that transforms your experience of life. I'm going to share generously a part of my own life and surrender and release, where I've had the most salient experiences, the most profound experiences, came by way of parenting my son. I remember often feeling like I had to guide every step he took, even as he grew older. But there came a time when I had to recognize that surrender and release were not just necessary for his growth, but also for my own peace. I had to release the need to control his decisions and surrender to the understanding that he is fully capable of navigating his own path. This wasn't about stepping back or caring less. It was about trusting in his ability to make his own way in the world. By surrendering, I moved into a role of support rather than control. And in doing so, I found that our relationship deepened. We've created a space where respect, understanding, and love can flourish. And that's a direct result of my willingness to surrender and release. And again, this is where you shift from being at effect, where life happens to you, to being at cause, where you are the author of your experience. So, how do we even start? It begins with awareness. Take some time to reflect. Become aware of what you're holding on to, those beliefs, those stories, and my goodness, those worries that have been driving your actions. And then ask yourself, what would it take to surrender this, to release it? You might find that simply breathing into the space of surrender and release can create a profound shift. With each breath out, you're letting go of what no longer serves you, making space for something new. And again, it's not about doing more. It's about being more, being open, being free, being willing to allow life to flow through you rather than trying to control it. Surrender and release is about standing in your power in a way that transforms your experience of life, allowing you to see things newly. When we stop resisting, we align with the natural flow. Again, we are not just at the effect, then we're at cause and generating new possibilities. We can discover a realm of resilience, of strength that comes from being grounded in who we really are and not in the circumstances that surround us. So, my loves, I have an invitation to you. I'm inviting you to practice. Take on the practice of surrender and release. To consciously choose to release what's been holding you back and to step into a space of openness and possibility. Because it is in that space that you're not just surviving, you step into the space of creating. You're expanding and living life fully and authentically. My loves, I want to thank you for just taking time to stop and be here and listen. I want to thank you for continuing this conversation. I invite you to continue to live soulfully, embracing each moment with the power that comes from being at cause through surrender and release. You got this, my loves. Until next time, peace and blessings. Bye-bye.